Look, see, that's what I'm talking about. So check this out, cuz we're gonna go back into it. We're here today with Courtney Cross of Courtney Cross Videography. Um, when was you've been in retail. You know what I'm saying? You have retail background. At what point did you pick up your first camera and start, kind of figuring out if there's something you wanted to do?
So when I moved to Chicago, I moved there to go to school.
Right.
So
Chirac.
for a long time, like I used to want to work at a TV station. I used to want to be a cameraman.
Oh, okay.
At a
So
TV
you always
station.
wanted to do this.
I kind of had that in my mind, and that was just from a conversation that me and my older sister had, because she was kind of like my role model, my big. You remember my sister? You remember her?
Yes.
We call her Big Evil now. So
Not Big E.
yeah, that's Big Evil. So, but yeah, she was like my role model, and she ran off and joined the Navy when she was 16 years old and whatnot. But
Okay.
we
Thank you
used
for
to
your
sit-
service.
We used to sit down and talk about a lot of stuff all the time, and that was one of them. So when me and Jeanette, my wife, got together, she was a registered nurse at the time, and that was her passion. And she used to talk to me all the time about what was my passion. And I used to tell her all the time I wanted to go on the radio or be on TV or something like that, work in TV. And so she was like, well, we need to make that happen, because I had been bouncing back and forth between retail jobs and whatnot, in and out, different.
Diamond collector.
Yeah, I used to sell diamonds all the time. I did that for like 15 years or
Yes.
whatnot. And it was cool, but just after a while, it's the same thing in retail. They want more, but they want to give you less to do that, to get more with.
Right.
So so I was like in my mid 30s, found this school up in Chicago. They had a school here in St. Louis, but I kind of wanted to get out of St. Louis at the time too. So I found this school in Chicago, went up there and checked it out, and decided to enroll. And so I moved to Chicago to go to school. And so that was really the first time I actually picked up a camera and actually started working with one.
Oh, okay.
So that was 2008.
Oh, okay. So you've been doing this for a minute. Jay, you got anything?
Man, it's exciting. First of all, to hear somebody that did some things in Chicago. First and foremost, man. So what opportunities did Chicago offer for you that were different from St. Louis that encouraged you to navigate to that city?
So I love Chicago. I was born in Chicago. We just moved to St. Louis when I was like 2 years old, so I don't remember living in Chicago, but I was born there. My mother has a very strong passion for Chicago, and I picked up that from her, because we used to go up there every summer, every other summer, and she wanted to take me around town, and she wanted to ride the L and things like that, and just show me around. So I always had a passion for Chicago that I picked up from her. Then, so moving there versus staying here. Well, at the time, Jeanette we weren't married yet, but we were dating long distance. She's from Canada, from Toronto. So Chicago was kind of like the closest. Without going to Detroit, that was as close as I could get to her, but still get away from St. Louis.
Okay.
So went to school in Chicago. And like I said, the opportunities, my very first internship was working on a talk radio station. I was working the board and answering phones on a talk radio show for one of the biggest racist assholes in the world.
Boy.
Yeah, he was a jackass. That lasted about a week though. So I've been real fortunate. That lasted about a week. And then the Springer internship came up. So I did that, like I said, for 2 days. I did the radio show for a week, and then on that second day, after I booked that last show, they offered me a job to work full time, and they were going to work around my schedule. So I'm like, yeah, I can't beat that.
Right.
So, so that was the first opportunities. Was I got the radio station, and then the Springer internship. And being right there in NBC Tower, the NBC Channel 5 WMAQ is one of the biggest NBC affiliates in the country. because Chicago's the #3 market in the United States. So,
Okay.
so made a lot of great contacts while I was in that building. After the whole Springer thing, I ended up working in that building again at Judge Mathis and Judge Denny Pirro and a couple other little shows that I did up in there. So that building was very good to me. I used to see your boy Stedman Graham walking the hallway and be like, I never said it to him, but I'm like, oh, there go Mr. Oprah.
Right.
Yeah, we was on the elevator and saw him one time.
What?
Stedman.
Yeah. He pretty humble dude. He stayed to himself. I didn't realize he was that tall,
Yeah,
though.
he tall as fuck.
He tall as hell.
So if I could ask you, so your interactions, just a little bit, your interactions with those sorts of people that were involved in that media, how did that transition you into what you're doing now?
So to where I am now was quite the journey. I mean, it didn't. There was no A to B at that point. So it was really. I did a lot of stuff in Chicago because the one thing when we were in school, because I actually ended up working at that school later on. So the one thing that was stressed to me was the thing that I stressed to all my students at the time, which was if somebody gives you an opportunity, you can't say no. Mm-hmm. You find a way to say yes. Mm-hmm. Because you say no and that opportunity may never come back to you again. So that's how I ended up working for Mathis. And while I was working for Mathis, one of the guys, he used to do freelance work for the Big Ten Network. And so I ended up holding cords and cables for him at a Michigan Northwestern football game. I did that.
Because he's from Detroit.
No, he worked on, Mathis is from Detroit.
He's from Detroit.
Yeah, he's from Detroit. But the show was filmed in Chicago, so this dude, Derek, he worked on the show full time, and then he would do freelance work for the Big Ten Network. And he's like, "Hey, my guy fell out. I need somebody to run my cables and cords for me while I run this camera on the sideline at the Michigan Northwestern game. Can you do it?" Hell yeah! First of all, I'm a huge Michigan Wolverines fan, so I made sure I cleared my schedule for that. But I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. And then from doing that with him, he introduced me to a couple more people, and I ended up shooting some video for Petite Sophisticated Black Hair magazine. They had a big hair show in town at the McCormick Center. So he introduced me to somebody, and I'm shooting video for them now that they put on their website. And it seemed like everywhere I turned, somebody introduced me to somebody else. It was a guy from the school named Bill Natale. Bill has worked in the Chicago media market for 100 years, just forever. Just take the 4 off of it. He's been there for a long time. And Bill, and it's crazy because Bill, the first time I met Bill, I kind of cussed him out because we were in class learning how to edit on this program, video edit on this program, and Bill liked to drink coffee, but Bill didn't like to take mints or chew gum after drinking coffee, so his breath was a little hot. And he just caught me on the wrong day, and I'm like, man, get the fuck away from me with that.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, his breath was hot that day. But Bill ended up being one of my biggest supporters.
Sure, I get.
Yeah, Bill ended up being one of my biggest supporters, and he got me one of my first paying gigs, one of my first paying freelance gigs. So it really just became meeting this person. How I actually got in the very first wedding video Bill I ended ever up shot being one of my when I biggest lived supporters. in Chicago. A guy that I went to school with. Yes.
Organic. With a T.
Yeah, so a guy, he was bartending at Dave & Buster's, and his boss was like, hey, my daughter's getting married. I want you to shoot a video for her wedding. And he was like, well, I can't that day because I'm out of town, but I got somebody that'll do it. So he's like, so I shot the video, and then he did all the editing for it. So I got like $400 for shooting this wedding, which was horrible.
Was that bad?
What?
Yeah, it was not good. As I look back on it now, yeah, it was not good. But that was the first time I'd ever done it, so I didn't know what to expect,
right?
What to goes into it, what to do, how to make it look right or whatnot. All I know is they liked it. You
That's all
know,
that
Damien
matter.
Damien chopped the video up, so I got $300-400 for it. His boss, who was the general manager for Dave and Buster's, gave him a PS3 at the time, brand new out the game room.
Oh, damn.
So that was his pay, and that was my pay.
Got a PS3.
He got a brand new PS3 at the time. So after that, it was like another 8 or 9 months, and another girl that I went to school with, she was getting married. She asked me to shoot her video, so I did that. But then I didn't really get into shooting weddings until I moved back to St. Louis, and I just hooked up with one of the local companies that hires freelance people, and really everything I learned about shooting weddings, I learned off of them, from trial and error and off of them.
Wow. So with you working with your craft for how many years have it been now?
Well, the first time I picked up a camera professionally was 2009.
Okay. Okay.
So
2009.
So I've been shooting since 2009. Weddings officially I've been shooting probably since 2012, 13, somewhere around there.
So with you working on your craft, and it sounds like, and you're very well spoken, as a person that can report and do the work and etc. So how do you work that? How do you work that into the what's happening now, like the social media platforms and people that maybe it's not so much of a loaded question, but let me ask you this. So how do you now approach folks that can just get a camera and just put it in their face and go out there and blow up and go viral and etc.? How do you compete with something like that now? Because it's so easy for people with.
Well, I don't really feel like I'm competing against them. I got my lane, they got their lane. I do what I do, they do what they do. Just because you may or may not be able to do what I do, don't mean you do it like I do it.
Right.
You know, for me, I feel like everything is about the relationship, building relationships, keeping relationships.
That's what everybody talking
And
about, the relationship.
that's really what it is. Because if you got a good relationship with people, and your brand is strong, and if you've got those two things, you can overcome a lot of things. Because I could do a shoot for you tomorrow that you may or may not necessarily love, but because we got a good relationship and you know my brand is strong, you'll give me a second shot.
Right.
You know, the first time, I'm gonna put my best foot forward at all times, but that first time we may not get the desired result that you're looking for, but we gonna work it out. Because if I take your money, I'm gonna make sure that you're happy in the end.
Right.
So I ask you three things. Is it craft, professionalism, or a person just having a following?
You know, the equipment.
Which one is it? Well, not so much the equipment. Is the craft? Is that you master your craft? Is it professionalism, or do you have a gimmick at this point? Because
For me, I'm gonna.
no, not you.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different for everybody. For me, first and foremost, I feel like my biggest strength is client relations, professionalism, the experience. I know people that are far superior, or what I feel are superior videographers. I know people that have better equipment than I do, but the equipment that I have, I can make that shit sing. I make it do what I need it to do.
Hey, hold on, that ain't how you say it. You make it do what it do.
I make it do what it
He
do.
say make that shit sing.
I make it sing. I make it sing. So right. See, your shit might be humming. My shit sing. Okay.
Dearly beloved.
But no, I mean, everybody's got their own thing. For me, like I said, it's client relations. It's the whole experience is what I give you. You know.
Yeah, baby. Background.
That's how I know we good though.
It's organic.
Right, it's organic. You know what I'm saying? We have sound effects, continuous sound effects going on.
Oh, don't worry, she'll be back. She ain't done. Now she just went up. She take her pants off. Soon as she gonna come and ask me for my phone, or something else, or I'm hungry.
So with the cupcakes.
Oh yeah, these are Thanksgiving.
they
These
get
for
those at the
Thanksgiving.
Shit, pop them open.
He been eating the whole show. He had a salad. He had pickles. Right here, hey, they are for the Thanksgiving show.
Hey, so
Here we
what
go.
the fuck are you doing now?
What am I doing now?
Fucking with you.
I'm hanging out on the Hustle Different podcast right now.
Word up, Shabby.
Man, why you making a mess, man?
No.
That's what you doing, baby.
Last night I did the Jessie B Academy Fall Gala. She did a sneaker ball fundraiser to. She got a good program going on over there, helping special needs kids. And
Word up.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get them on the Hustle Different. We're gonna get them on the Hustle
y'all,
Different podcast.
you guys are gonna
for
like
sure.
her. She good. Her and her husband. And here's the crazy part. Here's about building them relationships again. One of the companies I was doing freelance wedding stuff for, she hired them. I was assigned to her wedding, and now her and her husband from last night, I'm their videographer of choice moving forward. They loved what I did for them on their wedding video,
That's
and now
what's
they don't
up,
want to
y'all.
fool with
That's
nobody
what's
else.
up.
Word
See?
up. That's relationship,
There
That's
you
baby.
go.
what you do when you
That's how
do
you
good
build a
work.
relationship.
Yeah, and then
Now, when we gonna book this new shit, right? I need 5%. A lot of your new shit, you hear me?
Just 5?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
don't
I
need
like that. He
shit.
modest.
But and then question like it's a kind of saturated space you in. How did you know what I mean? How did you you said you kind of went in at 35 though. You know what I mean?
You heard what he
I'm
said?
Coming in at 35.
I went into the industry as a whole
No,
at 30. I went into
wait.
school at 35.
You make your shit sing.
I made it sing.
that shit hum. That shit
No.
singing. Shit.
Oh, see, we gotta.
No, it was, that shit was scary, man. You know, to be 35 and trying to start a whole new, I come across as being, and I usually am, a fairly confident individual. But I won't lie, that shit was scary. 35, moving to Chicago was the easy part, but Jeanette, I look. Despite what our relationship is like now, that woman had my back. She was a very strong driving force
Right.
in getting me to where I am today.
So was she done backed up?
Say what?
She done backed up?
That's a long. It's complicated. That's what that Facebook post. It's complicated.
Organic.
Hey,
That's
we not
what we
going
talk
into that.
about.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into all
All
that.
right, yeah, I mean, go. You
But-
had to
We
go.
understand.
But what I
understand.
here's what I say. She backed me up big time on that deal. She the school. The school.
He in the building.
It wasn't the cheapest route to go, but she helped me out with that big time financially. Like she set me up for success, and I owe her a lot. I wouldn't be where I am right now without her and that support from in the beginning.
Word up.
But
Yeah,
outside, okay, but I see your ranking. You know what I'm saying? So that means you're doing some pretty good work out there. You're getting ranked out here amongst some of the top wedding photographers, around. What was your biggest event, far as you being a photographer or having you being in charge of the setup of, taking this whole event, whether it be a wedding or an event or whatever. What was your largest event to where you were like, I might have bit off more than I can chew?
I used to run a crew for independent wrestling circuits up in Chicago. I ain't lying. These cats would literally. I had to find it. I got some real grainy footage of this dude getting hit straight in the face with a trash can, with an aluminum trash can. Like, I'm standing there recording him coming out. His music is going. He come out. He got a trash can with like a rake and a shovel and some other shit inside of it. Like he Mick Foley or somebody. He coming down the ring. He trying to hype up the crowd. And next thing I know, I hear a voice behind me say, "You might want to duck." So I said, okay. So I ducked. No sooner than I started to stoop down, this trash can comes flying over my head and just hit dude right on the bridge of his nose. He just busted over, his blood everywhere.
Oh shit!
For real. Damn.
So I got him in front of me, I got a girl running another camera that's sitting on top of a table because people keep bumping the table, so she got to catch the damn camera so it don't fall off of the tripod. And I had another dude over in the corner shooting the angle. He was fine all night, but yeah, homeboy got hit in the face with a trash can, body slammed on a bed of tacks, hit with a guitar, shovel, all kind of stuff.
So your biggest, that mean
But he won that match though.
That mean your biggest event don't have to be your wildest event.
It don't have to be.
All right, have you ever did any like with some superstars? You know, like
Clarify your question, bro.
like you know, some famous people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did. I ran a crew at Comic-Con in Chicago 5 years in a row.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, so the Chicago Comic-Con is one of the bigger ones in the country. It's not as big as San Diego, but it's still pretty large.
Right.
So, and we were granted backstage access to a lot of people. So we did a bunch of interviews with John Cena.
Okay.
I had a couple guys that were big on wrestling. They used to do a wrestling show on one of our internet stations. So we had John Cena and Rikishi and Greg the Hammer Valentine, asshole. I'm sorry, did I say that? I asked him because, like, we tried to do an interview with him at his booth, and he just was very uncooperative.
Right, arrogant.
And he was an asshole. He was such an asshole.
Right.
And he is super racist too. So,
Oh shit.
so yeah. So I had to ask him. And everybody thought I was crazy. I'm saying, are you as racist as you look? Because
Damn, what'd he say?
he just looked at me like, "Fuck you."
You couldn't say nothing for real.
No,
you
he
been around the
But
folks.
being around all them people, different people, did anybody ever mistake you for Mario Van Peebles?
Just Mario Van Peebles. He said I was like looking in the mirror. So. Stupid.
Right. Shit.
But no, we interviewed a lot of people.
Oh shit.
Actually, I think my favorite interview out of all those was with Michael Biehn from Terminator and Tombstone.
Oh yeah.
He was Kyle
yeah,
Reese
yeah,
in Terminator, and then he was Johnny Ringo in Tombstone. And he had a really cool, he was super cool, down to earth. And I always remember his interview because he was real about it. And he was like, Terminator made Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger a household name. It didn't do that shit for me.
Right.
I had to get out there and keep hustling and keep grinding and keep working.
Right,
so,
right. And
but
he was the star of the show.
he was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was cool. So yeah, we had a lot of people.
But I'm talking about far as you. I'm talking about like a job you took by yourself, and you thought like, I can handle this, but you got there.
It's always weddings. Starting with weddings, because
Okay, wait. Let me rephrase this. Where was one where you walked in, where you pulled up to where the wedding was, and you was like, okay, this is different. A different level of what I'm gonna have.
I'm
gonna
finna step in some shit.
Right, I'm gonna have to level up on this
So
because of
it
the
was-
the level of client. You get what I'm
It
saying?
was-
Not saying you won't give them all the same love, but
I forget the name of the venue, but it was in Chicago. It was one of them venues right off of Lake Michigan, and
he know
it's
more about that than me.
it's a huge venue. And it was a an Indian Pakistani wedding. So it was like a room down here and a room on the end, and there was a long corridor in the middle. So all the guests were in those end rooms, and that's where the wedding took place in the middle. And then the guests had to go to one of the two rooms for dinner and all that other stuff. Okay. But because it was in separate rooms, they had a camera set up, and inside was closed circuit TV. So the people in this room could see what was going on in that room, and vice versa. So all the main action happened down here.
That's what I'm talking about,
but they had
Jay.
a camera in both rooms.
Yes, sir.
And so that was a
So
completely
big, you need cameras in
right. That was a huge different setup for me because that was setting up equipment that I had never used before. I mean, and most cameras function the same way, but these were like big studio camera type, like TV station type cameras.
Okay.
So we got to set up the tripod, and then you got to get that shit balanced out. And like I had never done that before, so here I am self-teaching myself
How to do
with
it at that
right
time.
trying to get all this together. And my camera, if I didn't hold on to it, oh yeah, it was going down. So I'm like, I'm like, I can't balance this no more. So I'm just gonna hold on to it and do what I need to do. But that was probably the first big one that I felt a little in over my head on. So, but it's always weddings though, because there's no second shots. You got to get it right the first time. You get it or you miss it.
Right.
Like, I can't go to the bride and groom and be like, hold on, can y'all kiss one more time, or can y'all put that ring on one more time?
Right. You can't stop that part once they going through the process. Oh yeah. I got you. So as far as like I seen some of your shots, do you have them? Is it like a pre or do you shoot the day of, or do you shoot pre-shots?
No, everything's done the day of. Everything's done the day of.
Because, sometimes like he'll have a picture of the bride and groom just by themselves. I don't know if that's before the wedding or
And
after
it depends.
the wedding.
It could be either or.
Either or.
It could be either or. So, so with every bride, and usually it's the bride, but the grooms are welcome to come as well. I do what's called a pre-call. So I sit down with them, usually 3-4 weeks in advance. See if they got their timeline ready. Go over it. See if I have any questions. The biggest thing on weddings and the pre-calls is basically finding
flakes
out.
On speaker, don't even trip. It's flakes.
Yeah.
Ass clown. Hello. Hello. Oh, he hung up.
We organic. That's how it's
Organic.
So
explicit language tonight.
So you do your pre-call, and basically your pre-call is to find out how the day is supposed to flow. Find out what time they want me to start. If I'm gonna. So your basic wedding video consists of 3 parts. You got the preparation, pre-ceremony, the actual ceremony, and then the reception. So ideally, a video's gonna have bride and groom getting ready, hair, makeup, hanging out with the fellas, hanging out with the girls, maybe pop some champagne, couple shots with the parents or whatnot. Then you go into your ceremony. So the pre-call pretty much helps you determine all that. When they're gonna do family photos, when we're gonna do bridal party photos. Are you guys gonna see each other before the wedding?
Right.
Sometimes if they're gonna do a first look, then you want to know when, so you can get all that. Sometimes they don't do a first look and they just want to like hold hands around the corner and not see each other, but they want to talk to each other or whatnot.
Right.
So that's where you figure all that out. So sometimes you do get some of those shots ahead of time, and then sometimes it's after the fact.
Get it after the fact.
Yeah.
So as far as I wondered. You just like as the ceremony is going on, you just all in the mix, kind of, aren't you?
To a certain degree.
You know what I mean? I trip off like to get some of them shots, them live shots. You like literally have to be like in the aisle, crossing in front of them, going behind them.
So usually what I do is I usually run what's called a static camera. So in the back, somewhere towards the back, I put a camera on a tripod and just do one wide shot that has them, their bridal party, and whatever else is up there with them.
Gotcha.
And then I'll take a second camera, and then I'll kind of move around and get close-ups and tighter shots, things like that.
Gotcha.
It's nothing for me to lay down on the floor. I literally last week or 2 weeks ago, I literally laid down in the middle of the floor in a pile of rose petals that the flower girls dropped down.
And took your shot
and got my shot. So it really doesn't matter. But what I try to do, what's not everybody else does, is I try to be respectful of the other people that are working. So the photographers, usually I'm just there to shoot video, but the photographer's there as well.
Right.
So I try to share that space with them, but they don't always want to cooperate. So they have been known to just kind of step into my shot, and then I give them a little bump or whatnot.
Oh, so y'all be banging off camera, bro?
We can. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do.
See, we didn't know that it was Fight Club going on in the video photography world.
A lot of photographers feel like their shot is the only one that matters, and I'm like, look, we all here working for this bride and groom, so let's do it.
So they be trying to little boy out for real.
They stand in the middle of the shot, and I'll be like,
They trying to little
They
boy.
they do all kinds of
It's
stuff.
straight
so.
up all beef going on in the photography video world we did not know about.
It's crazy.
I
It's a
did
lot.
not know that was going on. Look at Jay off camera. He can attest to that because he was in that space. Yep,
Look.
he's in that space also for a minute.
And it's not just the photographers. You know, you got to deal with the DJs too at the reception. I had to let them know, like, look, I don't care what the photographers are doing. You don't start nothing without me.
Oh, okay.
You don't start nothing. Don't cut no cakes.
Don't
make
do
no
nothing.
toast.
Nothing.
Only thing you can do without me is release people for dinner.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
You're
it.
taking over.
Because I promise you, I'm gonna be there with it when you do that. So.
That was another thing I was gonna say. As far as like, yeah, do they take care of y'all while
They
you
do.
there? The families, do they take care
We
of
get
y'all?
fed. We usually eat what they eat. Most weddings do a buffet style meal, so we get what they get. Every now and then it's a plated dish, so it just depends on where the venue is. And then sometimes, depending on the venue, you get what's called a vendor meal, which could be that cupcake and a chicken roll sandwich, a chicken wrap sandwich. You just never know. It's funny because every time I do a wedding, I with some of my friends or whatnot, they be like, "Yeah, oh, it's so and so," and they gave me they gave me 3 toasted raviolis and a juice box and told me to go on about my business. I'm like, I'll be honest, I have not had a vendor meal at a wedding in probably 10 years, close to, and that was at a joint downtown over by the hockey stadium.
It's how we do it. Organic.
you
Come
know
on,
what
bro.
it
Come
was.
on in, bro. It's non-stop. We shooting live, man. You all right, baby? You all right?
You gonna get a damn
Look
me
at that.
personal pan, motherfucker.
He got that for his fan. Look, little piece of domino in the building. Look, hustle different, baby. Hustle different in the building.
How you get a medium?
That's for
Because
his
it's not for me,
kids.
it's for them.
For his
These folks
kids,
got
bro.
extra large coming up in this.
You ate. You done already.
You
ate
just had a
already?
salad and God
Oh,
knows
my God.
what
He had
else
fried
over there.
pickles
I don't
earlier.
even know what's wrong with me.
And
Plus,
he
you
had a
don't want
cupcake.
this.
Oh, Jay, you
You don't want this. This ain't nothing but pig on here.
Thanksgiving.
don't want none,
A
man.
Thanksgiving show.
I'm trying to cut back, Jack.
They turkey flavored. They turkey flavored cupcakes.
Yeah.
You too now.
I mean, when you get up out of here, you're gonna be saying gobble gobble.
Now, I ordered this pizza.
Look at
I ordered this pizza on
Look
my
at
way
Jay.
here at 5:33, and it's
The fried
almost
pickles.
7:00, and my pizza just showed up.
For real?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, my brother Jay off camera, owner of Papa Bubble.
Sit down, DD.
Check
That's
this
my
out.
man right there.
Yeah, I told you. I just told him about that conversation.
I'm ready to see the new spot.
So check this out, Jay. Check it out. Check this out. Today's show. We'll talk about this later. Today's show is sponsored by Papa Bubble Candy Shop. If you guys have bought some sweets or chips or any type of snack in the Galleria Mall, it was probably from Papa Bubble, and you know this. And now today, y'all, we want to let everybody know he has a new storefront location opening on Black Friday. 2nd floor outside of Macy's, across from Foot Locker. More space means more of your candy and snack favorites, plus new additions like warm food items, including loaded nachos and hot dogs. So y'all cure that sweet tooth on the double. Pop on in to Papa Bubble, baby.
He's still
New
in.
locations, both ends of the St. Louis Galleria Mall. Got the storefront, and they'll have a kiosk on the far end, so you guys can just go see them. Y'all already know what it is. Hustle Different Podcast. Papa Bubble is he came on camera. I ain't gonna get him to say nothing because he gonna act like he don't want to talk and all that stuff. But
He's stealing.
oh yeah, that's right. We got a free pass to steal because this is his 3rd time coming in here. With nothing, dog, whatever you got in your pocket, it's not gonna be enough for all of us. Unless you got some
He's
new
stealing.
shit that you put water on,
you didn't bring
and
no
that shit
candy,
multiply.
Oh, this the Willy Wonka?
Yeah, that's
Oh, this Willy Wonka. You gonna sprinkle water on it, it's just gonna multiply?
You gonna turn the whole room into some candy.
Chad turkey.
But yeah. But hey, Courtney, like a lot of young people, you had a lot of young videographers out here shooting music videos, doing things like
Right.
that. Explain to them as far as weddings and parties. you know, that you can survive. You know what I mean? As far as you can make a business out of that side of it too. Doesn't necessarily have to be a rap video.
Yeah.
You know, just to show them, you know, because rap videos not getting shot every week, you know, every day. But it's always a birthday. It's always a wedding. It's always something going on. You know, anniversaries and everything too. So,
Look,
you know,
it's a pretty simple thing, man. You know, if you got drive and you got ambition and you're not afraid to get out there, you can definitely do it. I mean, I never thought that I was going to be shooting wedding videos. And here's the thing, weddings are only pretty much 6 months out the year. Wedding season is pretty much officially over now. Last week, or this past Saturday, is the fall wedding season goes from September through mid-November. Now, there'll be a couple more weddings in December and New Year's Eve, things like that. But come January, you're not going to see a large influx of weddings again until the spring.
Okay.
Because it's just too damn cold outside.
Yeah, right.
It's too cold, and people want spring weddings. They want outdoor weddings, things like that. Now, there's nothing against a beautiful winter wedding, but that's just not what's popular. So that's what we call the off-peak months. So you can usually get your favorite venue for less money. Like Alex, my son, got married in February.
okay.
That's off-peak time. So, but yeah, you could definitely get out there and do more than just your rap videos or whatnot. You know, my secondary hustle is what I call $5 photos, and I go around to different bars or whatnot, and I take a picture with my camera, and I got a little printer. I print that shit out, put it in a frame. That's $5.
He know about it.
$5.
Yeah,
And I used to charge more, but I'm like, no, people don't want to spend $10 all the time.
That $5.
But they got $5.
That $5 is easy.
They got $5.
Nah.
They'll give you 5 out of 10.
Right.
All
They just
you,
want to give you the 10.
They just want to give you the 10.
all you gun-toting motherfuckers.
Sell your gun and buy a camera.
Right. $5 photos. $5
$5
photos.
$5 photo. He just
$5
gave you out
photos.
super game right
Hold
there.
on, that's
Super
mine.
game.
That's patent. I got that is registered with the secretary of whoever here, Jason Cantor or whatever his name is. So you can't come up with you
he's
can't use that
franchising.
name.
He's
But you, hey, but
franchising.
You can't use that
you can hustle
name.
different.
But you can find your own name.
$4
Mine
photo.
is there you go, $4 photo. I'm like Frank Lucas. You call that rubber dog shit. Just don't let me catch you calling it $5 photo.
Hustle different.
All right, y'all.
Right.
Hey, Courtney. I told y'all it was going to be crazy. Hey, do me a favor. Give them all your contact information. Let the people know how they can book you, brother, please.
All right, so the website is under construction right now, but you can reach me on my direct cell phone at 314-732-6578. Then there's also the Courtney Cross Videography Facebook business page. You can reach me there as well. There is a secondary number listed on that. You can use either one of them, or you can shoot me an email at Courtney, COURTNEY _ Cross, CROSS at hotmail.com.
All right. And
boy
mention
got a
Mario
hot
Van Peebles, and you'll get a discount.
Mario Van Peebles will get you charged twice.
And then viewers, whatever y'all do when y'all go out there and visit my man's site, do
Like,
not forget to like
share,
and
and
subscribe.
subscribe.
Please.
Hey,
Yes.
MVP in the building. MVP.
And also, don't
you talking
forget
Mario Van Peebles.
to go out to the hustle.
You really had to ask.
I didn't
Right,
get it.
yeah.
I thought he was going to start cracking on Jay over
Nah,
there.
that's
I
Dusty.
thought they was going. I thought y'all was getting ready to go
That's
at it again.
Dusty Nuts.
But hey, hey, y'all, our time is winding down here.
He fucked me up.
Just want to thank both my guests, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I love both of these guys. Really, but my cousin right here, man. This guy here. He's gonna come back because we really only talked about not even probably a third of everything that we could be talking about on this show between him, his journey, as far as his journey go. My guy Jay, he off camera. Yeah, I told y'all
Right.
pop a bubble. Yeah, I keep him. Like I say, y'all keep going there. The new storefront opening on Black Friday. Want to see y'all there.
He's
I will
stealing.
be the one stealing. That would be me. So when y'all come in there,
I'm the stealer.
oh, he the stealer. Okay,
And
well,
I went and checked it out. I went and checked it out yesterday, and it's on fleek. I went.
Oh, yeah,
I
see,
was
that's
at
what
the
I'm saying,
mall,
though.
went
We-
checked it out.
we
My
support each
man's
other.
Got it going on, man.
When I come
It's
up there,
on.
damn you, I'm going straight in the back
what
and
we
making
probably
my
gonna
own
do is-
motherfucking hot dog.
I might see if we can set up some with his grand opening with you.
It's on.
Shoot some video and all that stuff too.
The
I gotta work
Candy
Black
store,
Friday.
second floor,
No,
right
I'm saying
across
after
the
you.
street from the Foot
Okay,
Locker.
yeah.
Yo, you
Sure.
gonna be?
Right
Oh yeah, that's
across
right,
the
y'all.
way
Hey,
from
let
the
them know
Foot
about the.
Locker.
Hey, y'all need some luggage, bro.
across.
This the man to talk to, y'all.
What kind of luggage?
That's
Look,
my
what kind
that's
of
that's
only
my
luggage?
that's my
Wait a
other
minute.
hustle.
Wait. He said what kind of luggage? What? It's only one kind of luggage.
Shit, he might be lugging somebody around, damn it.
You know that nigga special.
Let him know, Courtney. Come grab some luggage from your son.
Riviera Leather and Luggage out at West County Mall. First level right outside of Nordstrom. We're carrying all your fine luggage to me. Briggs & Riley, Swiss Army, Samsonite, and all your travel
come
needs
get
as
your
well.
travel
Hey,
luggage,
be there because
y'all.
they're going to be talking about he's stealing.
and he got the Nike duffel bags.
I got Samsonite duffel bags.
Message. No,
He talking about something else. Look at Jay out here throwing
Damn, nigga, you
subliminals.
got a
Nah, you
cane?
better
Throwing
not try to.
subliminals.
You ain't gonna make it through TSA, man. With Nike never.
All right, y'all. Well, another day, y'all. Another successful show here.
He's stealing.
Show number 12. We want to say happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hey, y'all can virtually get a cupcake. Get y'all one. Yeah, there you go. Have one for Thanksgiving.
He's
All
stealing.
right,
Turkey
y'all make sure y'all get full. Don't drink and drive.
$40
Don't shoot
chilies.
nobody. Let us have a holiday with no shooting, y'all. Let's everybody enjoy this. Let's carry 2024 over, you know what I'm saying, into something a little more positive. All positive black men sit at this table, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's not about being successful. It's not about getting more money than the next man. It's about the journey and you actually learning what your love is and what your heart is. And if you do start a business, make sure it's something that you can run every day. If don't nobody show up, I preach that because a lot of people run businesses and have no idea what they're doing. Then when don't nobody show up,
It's all about the
like
relationship.
if don't nobody show up, this man can carry 10 cameras, you know, the whatever he need, the tripods and all that stuff. He's gonna make it happen. Like my guy, if y'all see him out there, he always in the mall. If don't nobody show up, he is there selling Red Bulls and blunts or whatever you need out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, don't be afraid to like. It only take a second to
Yeah,
like
just
it.
like us, man. Y'all know
Don't
y'all,
ninja
come on.
watch.
Don't.
We
Hey,
know
man,
y'all ninja watch.
hey, look. Hey,
Yeah,
look.
man, we
Everybody
get
like,
outta here.
subscribe,
We know
and
y'all
share.
ninja
That's
watch.
it. You know what I'm saying? Well, even if you don't like us, still subscribe and share. Which I know, you know, there ain't nobody that don't like us. Just use your finger and push the button.
And if you ninja watch for at least 45 seconds.
Give us that little time on the clock, y'all. Give us that little time on the clock. And if you are getting married, y'all can also reach out to me. If y'all missed his contact information, y'all reach out to me. I can get this man on the phone in a matter of seconds. 'Cause like I said, we are family. Where was we at? In Greenville, Mississippi?
Oh Lord.
Was we in Greenville, Mississippi?
Greenville, Mississippi. That's exactly where it was.
I'm gonna tell this story. We got two men.
David almost
Mississippi,
killed us
almost
in
killed
my
us in a
grandfather's car.
Hey, his
Yeah,
grandfather
there
let us
too.
whip though. He let me whip.
On
we
top
was-
of the levee.
Hey, we was up on a levee, y'all, where the fall off was like this. I got behind the wheel, I punched it. He was like, "Whoa, wait, stop it!" Hey, we was on a dirt road. We was getting it. It was on some Dukes of Hazzard type stuff, but his grandpa let me get it, y'all. So
And David have got the name.
For all you folks, break bread or play dead.
My grandfather called all of us
Hey, Justin,
something
mouse.
or other motherfucker. David was high yellow motherfucker.
Break bread or play dead.
Yeah, you break it again. Top. It's up top. You break down.
oh, okay, shit, dude.
I
I forgot you fixed it.
You get trigger happy.
In the bar and the clubs, I can knock that out without any problem. I don't really do people wet. I did one wedding, and I was like, ooh.